welcome back to my channel. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified for when I post new videos, and let's jump on into it. So today's video is going to be a know before you go type of video, and this one is specifically going to be about Cancun, Mexico. I just got back from Cancun and I feel like I've learned a bunch of stuff about that area, and I think these little tidbits and tips can really help you for your trip when you go to Cancun. So these are the things that I think everybody should know before they go. So the first thing is to know a little bit of Spanish before you go. I think that's super important, and I think that they really appreciate it when you use just basic words like saying hello and goodbye and thank you. They really do appreciate it if you do try at least just a little bit. My second know before you go is to definitely bring tip money. In this area of Mexico, people rely on tip monies, and you're going to be tipping out a lot. You don't have to give like $10 to each person, but a couple bucks goes a long way and can make someone's day and to let them know that you appreciate them. My next know before you go is that there are a few ways to get around in Cancun, Mexico, and I think this is a good thing to know. First off, yes, you can rent a car. You don't have to, but you can if you really, really want to. So there's obviously taxis. And there's also private cars that you can hire, like transfers and stuff like that. But I also think it's important to know that there is a public bus. It costs $1 every single time you get on it, and it's very cheap and fast, and I think it's worth it if you're just hopping down the street really quick, and it's super cheap. You don't have to pay like $8 for a taxi. Give them the guy $1 and you're good. My next know before you go is that Cancun is a lot safer than you think. I know that media has put out there that certain parts of our world are scary and have a lot of crime, but Jamie and I walked around at night almost every single night in Cancun, and we felt completely safe. We never felt threatened in our life or anything like that, and crimes can happen anywhere. I just want to reiterate that, even though I'm sure you've heard that. Just remember it. My next two know before you goes are kind of go hand in hand, and the first one is that the organization is a little whack and that everything is super fast paced. So in this part of Mexico, I can't speak for every part of Mexico, but we just felt like the organization was just not there. Everything was just super fast paced. It was more about getting people and going and just being on the go and getting that money rather than like stopping and making sure everything was organized and you had all the information and stuff like that. Like on our tours, we just felt like every single tour was kind of a little disorganized. The bus system was a little disorganized. And it wasn't like we couldn't live with it or anything. We were fine. We figured it out. But it's something to be aware of because sometimes little things will happen and you'll be like, what the heck? Like, why did that happen? But it's clearly because people are just really disorganized, and it's just kind of like a way of life down there. Like, they're very fast paced. Like, for example, when we were on the public bus, we got on the bus and we could barely get on it before he was like already off. He barely stopped. People just like had to jump off of it. It was like kind of like, like when your parents joke about like, I'll just like go around the curb and you jump out really quick. It was literally like that. Like it was so fast paced. So there's not a lot of like organization because there's just not any time to have organization because everybody's going. So just know that. Another know before you go is this is specifically for those people that live in North America. A lot of the cell phones cover Mexico if you live in Canada or the United States. So check with your cell phone company before you go to see whether you get that place covered. I thankfully did. I have AT&T and I got it covered, and I'm pretty sure Jamie had his covered. He has Verizon, so just check because that's great, and that way you can just use your cell phone for navigation or finding a restaurant, and you just like using your phone at home with no additional charge. I think that's an excellent tip to know before you go because those things are helpful. And my last little know before you go tip is that there are a ton of day trips out of Cancun, Mexico. Don't feel like you have to stay in Cancun your whole trip. You do not have to stay at your resort. There's so many things to see, so many cultural things, so many fun, adventurous things. There's zip lining, there's tons of Mayan ruins like Chichen Itza, Coba, Tulum, and then you can go and do like all the cenotes, like Iquique cenote, and just stuff like that, which I'll have a video on coming up soon, so get ready for that. But there's just so many things to do right outside of Cancun, so don't feel like you have to stay there. So those are my little tips and tricks before you go to Mexico. I think if you use all these and take all these to heart, you can have a really great week, so you'll know what to expect, what to do in certain situations, and what to bring. If you guys have any other tips and you've been to this part of Mexico, definitely comment down below and let me know. And give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, so I know that I will do more. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye and happy travels!